Hello, my beautiful people. Is your girl again gifted gift? Seriously, Obaseki, you made a big mistake in your administration. You saw these things that you commissioned since last week, and you've been showing us different things that you did in Edo State. You should have started it on time, because whatsoever we see on social media, that is what we believe. Maybe the propaganda that the APC is carrying around that Obaseki did not do anything in Edo State, some of us would have been able to say, no, he did this and he did that. But because we are not in Edo State, whenever we come to Edo State, the first thing we see is the bad roads in Edo State, and we concluded that Obaseki did not really do anything. But some of us already have a change of mind since you started showing us what you did last week till this week is massive. Of course it is massive. Is it the Stella Obasanjo Hospital that I saw yesterday, or is it the Iyaro Minister of Education? Oga, seriously, for education, you know, say they always they give unto you. You tried your best. Yes, APC, for this my talk, if you are not satisfied, please go to court. Obaseki, please, next time, if you enter any political position again, or maybe your friend enter any political position, just tell them to start showing us in media what they are doing. It should not be hidden. Yes, because we are all from Edo State. We want to say that our state is moving forward. And to the incoming administration, Obaseki gave us big buildings, fine buildings, and we believe that government, there must be continuation in it. Please do not destroy it just to prove political points. We don't need anything to be destroyed, because this is the progress of Edo people, and as good Edo people, the only thing we are begging the incoming administration is focus on road and security, because indeed the good Edo people will agree with me that our roads in Edo State is bad. Anyway, my name, Rema Gifted Gift. If today happened to be your first time of coming across my video on YouTube, please do me a favor by subscribing.
To have you again on our platform, we are glad to see that you are doing well, you are looking smarter, you are looking sharper, you are looking stronger. So we are glad to see you, and we pray that God continue to bless you. Like, you have a new name now, Mato, the Super Commissioner. That's your new name.
They are not tired of giving names.
Mato, the Super Commissioner, the #1 commissioner in Nigeria. The country is failing. The country is drifting. The country is looking like we are going 50 steps backward. It is only Edo State that is working. And we are so glad to have you. Imagine the dignitaries that have entered Edo in the last 1 week. God, no, if I will fear you. Domosa, you are welcome to our show, sir.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you.
So how is everything going, sir? Talk to us.
Well, things are fair. Could be much better. I didn't expect that. My last week in the office, I will not be able to sign checks. I will not be able to pay contractors. I will not be able to pay the expenses of government. It's been unfortunate. It's been an unfortunate week where, you know, the current attitude of some people in government today just leaves a lot of concern and worry. As you know, almost a week now, all the signatories to the accounts of Edo State have been abducted and just taken away to, and kept away so that government cannot function. But having said that, thank God, at least we have more than 20 billion in our accounts. So
wow,
that may be the interest why they want to lock it down and not pay contractors. And you know who they are, you know how they are, you know how they behave. But having said that, so far so good. We are showing Edo people just a fraction of what we've done over the last 8 years, and we've been commissioning projects. That's not something we like to do. We would like to get the people to commission the projects by using the projects and optimizing projects. But this past 2 weeks, we have strategically tried to show some of the key projects, what I call the transformative ones. As you know, we must have almost more than 800 projects.
Wow.
But we just decided to pick the ones that I feel are very transformative. And if you notice, we didn't commission any roads. I mean, the people have already commissioned the roads; they are using the roads. We have almost more than 850 kilometers of internal state roads, which were built. So, roads are given. They're not something you celebrate and commission. In fact, we need more roads. So, but what we have tried to commission are those transformative projects, particularly the ones that affect human capacity.
Yes.
We've focused on education, as you know, things like Benin Technical College, things like the School of Agriculture, School of Health Technology. We've focused on administrative hubs where we work out of. This evening, was quite interesting, where we went to commission the creche and the food courts in the secretariat.
Yes. Sorry.
So things that affect people. Last night, I was very excited. As late as 8 o'clock, so people still streaming to ShopRite, to want to buy things. So this last 1 week has been quite interesting for us. What it showed is that a lot of people did not know what we were doing outside of Edo. Many people in Edo know, and that's why they voted the way they did for us.
Yes.
The project we have done impacts them. But from outside Edo, I think they were believing so much in the negative propaganda that we didn't do anything. So this was an eye-opener for the country. I mean, I want to see which other hospital compares to what we have done with Stella Obasanjo Hospital Benin. I challenge anyone. So, very busy week. But we're glad that we've been able to serve our people. We're going to take advantage or use the opportunity which our people give us to make.
Okay, Your Excellency.
Things are made different.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We are very glad to have you here today. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you love our governor, you are proud of our governor, and you are glad that you are watching him live, please share this broadcast. You should have this broadcast on your timeline. Trust me, in the next few years, you should go back to your wall and say, get one interview with Governor Talk. Make I go look for him. Please share this video. My first question today is, why are you commissioning the project now? This question is in the lips of everybody. You don't touch on just now, but I want to make you touch on where. The question is in the lips of, they've asked me, many have sent me private DM to say, Batobaze, you mean governor do this work? Governor build this one? Why is he doing it now? Just let's see, why now? Why didn't you do all this commissioning before maybe before the election? I'm sure that would have given Aswe maybe like 120,000 votes ahead. Now we are saying Aswe won with over 60,000 votes. Maybe with Olesena, he won with over 150,000 votes. Why now?
As I tell you, Albert, now why not they be no say we do this project? Those who live know it, and they went out there to say thank you and to also, to express their confidence that Aswe will continue the work we've started. We have how many hubs? The Secretariat Complex, the Built Environment Hub, the Agric Hub, the Health Hub that's in the making. And those hubs house over, maybe 20, 30,000 public and civil servants. These people have families, they, have friends, they have relatives. They go out, they tell their people what has happened, what have happened in Edo State. So Edo people who live in Edo, who work in Edo, who are the ones we believe will vote in Edo, they know, most of them know what we have been doing. At least they see the projects. Yes, many more could have been made aware of these projects. But don't forget that even while we're commissioning, we're still working. Some of these projects are still work in progress. So when we know what has happened in the past, people don't trust politicians because they talk and they don't deliver. So now that we've done the projects, we've delivered the projects, we feel it is time, and we're confident to say, come and see what we
have done.
Come and see what we have done. It's not that we will do or we are doing. It is, we have done it. You can touch and feel it, and other people have come to witness it. That's the type of new politics we want to play. Politics of credibility, not politics of propaganda and lies.
Your Excellency, thank you very, very much. We'll still go back to that, to the arrest and the adoption of top government officials. Because as we speak, it is clear that they are hiding them. They want to frustrate your enemy. Definitely they can't frustrate you because you have done where you have served. Now, you know, I want us to discuss, like you promised us that you're going to be talking to us from now till on the 12th. So I want us to take it. We can't take all the sectors, all the ministries. But today I want us to do something on the art and culture ministry, because we saw the creative, the hub, we saw the MOA, we saw what you have done, and a lot of people still want to know a little more of what you have done in the creative industry. Now, yes, my first question is, how has the Edo State government promoted culture and tourism in Edo State? Cultural tourism.
Well, it's interesting that you, Albert, are the one asking this question, because you are an example of talent, the kind of talent Edo produces. We Edo people are just a very talented bunch of people. We have been so for centuries. You know, if you see some of these artifacts, these pieces that were created by our ancestors, our forebears, hundreds of years ago, you look at them, they're pieces of beauty to behold. So creativity is innate in us. It's in our blood, it's in our DNA. So every Edo person is a moving art form. Okay. And so once we realized that, you know, we said, look, when we started government, we said, look, what are going to be our priorities? What should government focus on? So we said, look, there are so many things, but we have to organize how government would respond to these areas. And so we came up with 6 thematic pillars. So as a government in 8 years, what are we going to do? What do you want to hold us responsible for? And I said it before. We said there are six things we should focus on. And it's 5 of those things, every government, you know, talks about them or tries to do them. The first, we said, look, let us rebuild our institutions. The civil service, the judiciary, those things that help us organize society. That was the first pillar, first priority. The second one, we said, look, let us talk about social services, things that affect us daily, human beings, develop human capacity. Let's focus on education. Let's focus on health. Let's focus on youths. Let's focus on sports, right?
Yes.
The thing we said we were going to do. So it's all about the economy. Once you've done this, you've built the institutions, you've trained people, then where's the economy? Where are they going to work? In which areas are they going to, be productive? So we focused on areas like services, technology, agriculture, manufacturing, and many more. That's how we came about, things like, the ethanol plants, the petrochemical, all of those are part of just building the economy. Then the fourth thing we said we will do was that we were going to critically look at how we can talk about our environment. Because when we came in, we're in the rainforest. And today, the biggest issue in the world is climate change. And we have had to deal with serious floods, deforestation. So we said, look, the climate issues are important. The environmental issues are important. Mm. Then we then said, look, we were going to look at something that most other governments don't take as priority. Something that is very unique to us. And that is culture and heritage. So that is a priority because nobody else can boast of the kind of heritage and culture we have, at least in this part of our world. So we said we're going to take advantage of the culture and then reorganize it. And yes, we had artifacts, we have things that we can show about Edo abroad. But when people come to this Edo, to this Benin city, where's the culture? Where will they see it? How have you organized yourselves? Because I also noticed that, look, for years, the way we treated culture was, just as, like it was more from an expressive mode, like dance, like, drama, you have the arts
Yes.
council.
Yes.
That's what we understood about culture.
Yes.
We didn't see culture as, as an economic asset, as an economic good. And therefore, we didn't put enough resources in thinking about culture and organizing culture the way we should have, like many people have done all over the world. We've seen places that have been transformed because people just go there to see what they have. As you know, tourism is big business globally. See how much goes into the tourism industry across the world. People, everywhere you go, everybody's asking you, come to our place, come and see what we have. So we that have so much that God has given us in Edo, so felt that, look, it's time for us to organize ourselves, build our cultural assets, and then begin to invite people to come. People will come because there's something unique about us and what we are selling. We have history that spans centuries. We have built an empire that was quite extensive in West Africa. Look at our modes. Look at our art forms. Look at everything about us, culinary diversity. Everything that you go to find in Paris, in Bilbao, and all of it, we have. It's just about organizing ourselves. So we thought culture is a big one. Let's take advantage of it. And to take advantage of it, you have to have a new thinking, right? To say, okay, I'm not going to leave the decisions of how we express ourselves to just the federal government, which was the situation. We needed to now domesticate and have and organize our cultural space better. So how do you do this? First, when people come, what do you want to tell them? What do you want to show them? There must be spaces, right? There must be things to see. Yes. Okay, you have a Gun Street where people go and see how bronze is made, bronze works are made. You can go to the
Not enough.
But it's not organized.
No.
It's not organized. And then we had this conversation about our prize works, our bronzes, artifacts globally. When I came in, they've been talking about it for 20, 25 years, no progress, no headway. And I said, listen, the Edo State government should get involved in these conversations. So we joined the Benin Dialogue Group in Europe. And then we became a very essential part of that conversation. And it's our contributions as a state government that led largely to the decisions for the return on many of these works.
Wow.
So what else? So we're talking about what we have, where we're coming from, and what the endowments God have given us. But how is it organized? Before I came in, there was no law, right, that talks about our heritage and how to protect and conserve our heritage. And if you don't have laws, you don't have ways to organize, everything will be everywhere. Then the whole issue of identifying our different cultural spaces. What do we want to focus on? Yes, we have performing arts, we have the Obakenza Cultural Center, but is that linked to anything else? Yes, we can do theater. So what about the preservation and conservation of our culture? You had the National Museum. Yeah, we supported them in 1 or 2 exhibitions, and then opened up the space and said, look, other people can come. Fortunately, we found a group of people who were interested, and said, look, let's work with these people and other foreign interests to see how we can encourage people to build things like museum and places where people can perform and go to. That led to the decision on MOA, and I want to thank the various people who have supported MOA. The role of a government is not to do everything itself, is to create an enabling environment that's attractive for people to come and take advantage of opportunities they see. I mean, so around the world, you find a lot of philanthropists, you have a lot of institutions that are just interested in the knowledge of culture, knowledge of how people live. They want to find out new things, and they're prepared to spend money to do it if they think you are serious and organized. And that's what we found with the trust, the people who brought about the Museum of West African Arts. The other thing about culture we've done is, yes, we can talk about the old things, but there's new culture. Right? But the content providers, content creators in TikTok, they're artists.
True.
That's another form of creative expression. Why will we leave them out? I mean, that's a huge industry. What about film? After Hollywood and Bollywood, it's Nollywood. Right? Why, when we talk about culture and film and media, why should we miss that out? What about music? 60 years ago, 70 years ago, 65 years ago, an Edo man, Sir Victor Waifo, won a Grammy with, Joromi. So we had creative talent. So for us as a government, we just felt that we must now encourage more young people to come and express their creative talents. And that is why we focused on culture. Why is it important? First, like I said, tourism is big. If we do the things we need to do, present our culture as globally attractive, see how many people will come and see what we have. There's a place called Bilbao. Just the museum built by the Guggenheim family attracts almost 1 million people to that city every year.
Wow.
When they come, even if you don't take any entrance fees to these spaces, they will stay in hotels, they will buy food, they will buy souvenirs, they'll go to clubs.
They'll go to clubs, go to different places.
Even if it's just 100,000 people that come in.
Yes.
Yeah. And each one spends $1,000 to $3,000. That's almost as much as our budget today. So there's a commercial aspect of it. And we have something that is unique that very few people really have in the country. So apart from, just the endowments that we have, the cultural endowments, we can cash out from these endowments. We can build an economy around it. And we are beginning to see it. Yet to date, over 75 movies have been produced in Edo. 75. More than last year, I think. By the time we end this year, we should be inching towards 100.
Wow!
See how many sets.
Edo, not Asaba, because we do hear of Asaba or Lagos.
We are taking over that business from Asaba, and we're talking because we've done what we need to do. We're selling this perceived security. The government goes out of its way to help the producers locate venues, or we help them in their logistics. We encourage people, hotels to support with subsidized rates for them. And so we've made Edo an attractive place. Not to talk about the investments we've made in the Victor Waifo soundstage and creative hub. So we have some of the latest equipment to help them edit their work, produce their work, and edit their work. And 2 days ago, Donald Duke and the former governor of Imo State, joined us to now commission the post-production facility in the Sir Victor Waifo Creative Hub. So in a nutshell, Edo people are talented. Edo people are very creative. They've been creative throughout history. Most of the things they've created are today displayed in the world globally. We have over more than 4,000 or 5,000 pieces of artifacts around the world. and even Anoswo at home. We've been creating people through through the centuries, through different generations. Now, the younger ones are also creatives. They're doing things themselves because it's in their blood. So we have to make that connection between what our forefathers did and where we are today, and so that we can see that we haven't changed as Edo people throughout our century. And then, how do we now monetize this creativity? Government has to support the development of cultural assets, has to make sure it helps regulate the space for culture. And that's what we have done in the last 6 years. And today we're hiring young men and women to be cultural experts, cultural ambassadors, to go around and, do kind of things you'll find in Egypt, in Cairo, where people go in to see the pyramids and things like that. Very soon people will be coming in to see, the Benin earthworks, the Benin moats, which are some of the most outstanding feats in terms of human creativity through this last centuries. So, I've said a lot.
Yes,
culture,
sir.
We are culture, and culture is us.
Your Excellency, thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, now 1 hour you give us, so you go the suffer the knack once more. We have over 1,000 people watching. Please, we are speaking to, we are live with the #1 citizen of Edo State, His Excellency Governor Godwin said Obaseki, the way can see governor, the the global commissioner, the #1 commissioner in Nigeria. Your Excellency, I want to say the biggest question for the last. My next question to you, sir, which I know is still in the lips of many people, because I'm sure the biggest concert that our brother, our son, Rema, has organized in Nigeria is his homecoming concert. And I want to know, why did the Edo State government spend so much money to bring Rema in August? And we also want to know, what will be your interest in you spending that much, in your government spending that much to bring Rema to just come and sing, shout, and dance?
First, sometimes when people talk, I always laugh. How much do you think we spent bringing Rema? They're making it shout. Opposition they politicize it. When Rema goes for concerts globally, Rema is money himself. The ticketing alone pays for quite a lot of the costs. The endorsements, the branding, we didn't do all of that. All we did was give the space. Say, okay, use the stadium. That's all we did. And then say, okay, here is a little bit of money, because you're coming into Edo. You cannot sell your tickets in Edo the way you will sell it abroad. So
yes,
I'll give the opportunity of our young people. How much is that? Not small money. But more importantly, Rema himself decided to give back.
No, you don't say small money can be $2 million, $3 million. When you say small money, when you say small money to you and your government, because you are trying
for reducing the cost, the ticketing cost, for more than 13,000 young Edobers who will never see this, have never had the opportunity to have this kind of experience in their life. It's not. But Rema spent more of his own money.
Wow.
Than Edo State. Yes. Rema did not do it for profit.